El diario de la madre de la niña cambió para siempre al CEO millonario. Las puertas de vidrio de Delaney Industries se abrieron con un suave silbido, dejando entrar una ráfaga del ruido de la ciudad antes de cerrarse de nuevo. Dentro del imponente vestíbulo de acero, vidrio y piedra pulida, la gente se movía como un engranaje perfecto, tacones resonando, teléfonos pegados al oído, maletines balanceándose al compás de los plazos. Nadie se fijó en la niña que estaba de pie, en silencio, cerca del mostrador de seguridad. Era pequeña, no más de 6 años, con el cabello castaño hasta los hombros y un abrigo demasiado grande que casi la tragaba entera. Una mochila rosa descolorida colgaba de sus hombros y en sus manos enguantadas sostenía un pequeño diario forrado de tela, atado con una cinta azul pálido. Sus ojos, serios y más viejos de lo que deberían, recorrieron la sala antes de dar un paso al frente. «Disculpe», dijo suavemente a la recepcionista. «¿Puede entregarle esto al señor Lucas?» La recepcionista levantó la vista, sorprendida. «Lo siento, cariño. ¿Tienes una cita?» «Mi mamá dijo que es importante», continuó la niña. «Ella ya no puede leerlo, pero el señor Lucas sí». La recepcionista dudó. «¿Sabes el nombre completo del señor Lucas?» «Lucas Delaney», respondió. Al escuchar ese nombre, algunas cabezas se giraron. Detrás del mostrador, un guardia de seguridad comenzó a acercarse, alto, de hombros anchos, con un auricular en el oído. «Lo siento, señorita», dijo agachándose. «No puedes presentarte así pidiendo ver al director general. ¿Dónde están tus padres?» «Vine sola», contestó la niña en voz baja. «Tengo que entregárselo. Es de mi mamá». «Así no funcionan las cosas aquí», murmuró el guardia. «Ven conmigo, por favor. No puedes estar aquí». Al intentar guiarla, puso la mano en su hombro. La niña se estremeció y apretó el diario contra su pecho. «No me toque», gritó. El rostro del guardia se endureció. «Ya basta. Vamos. Solo necesito que lo lea», exclamó ella. «Es muy importante». La gente en el vestíbulo empezó a mirar hacia la escena. La recepcionista parecía insegura. La niña intentó zafarse. En la lucha, el diario se le resbaló de las manos y cayó al suelo, la cinta se soltó. «Suéltame», gritó otra vez. Entonces, una voz profunda, calma y con autoridad inconfundible cortó el ruido. «¿Qué está pasando aquí?» Todos se volvieron. Lucas Delaney estaba al borde del vestíbulo, un teléfono en la mano, una ceja arqueada en muda molestia. Llevaba un traje gris carbón, un abrigo doblado sobre un brazo. Su presencia era afilada, contenida. La gente se apartó sin que se lo pidiera. La niña se quedó inmóvil. El guardia se irguió de inmediato. «Disculpe, señor. Esta niña entró sola diciendo que tenía algo para usted. La estaba sacando». Los ojos de Lucas pasaron del guardia a la niña, y se detuvieron. Algo destelló en su mirada. La estudió, el cabello despeinado, el leve temblor de sus dedos, la forma en que lo miraba como si ya lo conociera. La niña se agachó, recogió el diario y se acercó. Lo sostuvo con ambas manos, la cinta azul colgando floja de la tapa. «¿Puede leer esto por mí?», preguntó, voz suave pero firme. «Es muy importante». Lucas no dijo nada al principio. Su mirada bajó al diario, tapa gastada, bordes deshilachados, letras desvaídas escritas en tinta azul. Luego volvió a mirarla. Sus ojos eran castaños, salpicados de oro. Familiares. Algo se retorció inesperadamente en su pecho. Extendió la mano lentamente y tomó el diario. «¿Cómo te llamas?», preguntó. «Chloe», respondió ella. «Chloe Anders». El nombre no le significaba nada, pero sus ojos sí. Y en ese instante, por razones que no podía explicar, Lucas Delaney, el hombre que jamás permitía que la emoción interfiriera en los negocios, sintió la primera grieta en los muros que había levantado alrededor de su corazón. Apenas una fracción. Miró de nuevo el diario y luego a ella. «Lo leeré», dijo. Los hombros de Chloe se relajaron con un suspiro de alivio. Gracias, susurró. Y por primera vez en años, Lucas Delany no se dio la vuelta para marcharse. A pause. Sir, just do it. Up. Then, with trembling hands, he opened the journal and read it again, page by page, word by word, until the city outside faded into dawn. He read the line about Chloe being his daughter over and over. But the words that haunted him must come near the end. If Lucas ever sees this, it means I'm not strong enough anymore. She was dying. The woman he had once loved with everything in him was dying, and had sent their daughter to find him. A thousand questions burned in his chest, but none changed the facts. He reached for his laptop, logged into a secure database, and searched her last known address, insurance records, anything. 30 minutes later, he found a lead, a small cancer treatment facility on the city's outskirts. Private. Underfunded. The kind of place people went when they had no other options. Lucas closed the laptop and stood. His gaze fell on the far wall, on the front sketch above the side table, a rough pencil drawing of two figures under a setting sun. One tall. One small. No faces, just outlines holding hands, what's behind them. Sunset family, she had once called it. He had never taken it down. Even after she left. Even after he convinced himself she had lived. Because a part of him had never stopped wondering why. And now he knew Sam had never forgotten. He ran a hand down his face and walked out the door. The hospital smelled like antiseptic and fading ope. Beige walls, scuffed floors. Nurses passed him without recognition. He had left the suit being, dressed in jeans and a sweater. He looked like just another worried relative. At the front desk, he gave her name. The nurse checked the file, then nodded. Room 208. Says resting, but you can go in. His legs felt unsteady as he walked down the hall. With each step, memories returned, her laughter in a ways, paint-stained fingers brushing his cheek, napkin sketches over breakfast. He reached the door, paused, then pushed it open. Sam was lying in bed, pale and thin, golden hair dulled by treatment. Her eyes were closed. And quattro line trailed from her wrist. Machines beeped quietly beside her. She looked impassively small. His breath caught. Then she opened her eyes. There was no surprise in her gaze. Just warmth. Familiarity. She smiled. You read it, didn't you? Her voice was softer than I remembered. Fragile, like the last light of day. Lucas stepped closer, barely able to speak. He did. Sam looked at him. Really looked. She found you. He nodded. She did. I'm glad, she whispered. He sat slowly in the chair beside her bed. His hand gripped the journal in his coat pocket like a lifeline. Why didn't you tell me sooner? He asked, voice cracking. Sam closed her eyes briefly, as if the answer cost her more than she had. He tried so many times. But there was always a reason not to. And then it just became too late. Lucas said nothing. He just looked at her, at the woman she still was and the one she had been. And for the first time in 7 years, he realized he had never stopped loving her. Lucas sat quietly by the hospital bed, the silence between them stretching like a wound. Neither dared touch. Sam's breathing was shallow but steady. Her eyes focused on the faint light beyond the window. Finally, Lucas spoke, his voice low and tense. Why did you leave? Sam did not answer right away. Her fingers traced the edge of the blanket, slow and deliberate, as if by time. He left, she said finally, because he was late to. Lucas' brows pulled together. What do you mean? She turned her head toward him, eyes searching his. A week before the proposal, someone showed me messages. Screenshots. Conversations between you and another woman. They said you had been seeing her behind my back. Lucas stiffened. That's not true. I know that now, she said quietly. But then I was scared. You were my safe place, Lucas. And suddenly it felt like the ground vanished. I stood up abruptly, anger and disbelief rising in equal measure. You think I would cheat on you after everything we had? I did not want to believe it, Sam whispered. But the messages, they looked so real. And the person who showed them to me, she was convincing. Lucas passed the small room, his jaw clenched. Who was it? Sam hesitated. Tina. Your assistant. I froze. Tina Rowe, I asked, incredulous. She said she wanted to protect me. That you were just playing me. That I deserved to know the truth before it was too late. Sam paused, eyes brimming. And then I found out I was pregnant. Lucas turned to her slowly, his face pale. You were pregnant and you did not tell me. I wanted to, she said, her voice cracking. But I could not tell which version of you was real anymore, the man I loved or the man Tina panted. Lucas shook his head, still trying to process it. I would never have walked away from you or from our child. I know, she said, barely audibly. That's why I left, because I did not want you to stay just out of duty. The words hit him like a punch to the chest. I would have stayed out of love, I said, eyes burning. But I never even got the chance. Sam looked away, tears slipping down her cheeks. The door cracked open slightly. Chloe peeked in, having wandered back from the hallway. She had heard everything. Mommy, she said, her voice trembling. Both parents turned. Chloe stepped inside